What's up, man? It's the kid Pushmanmitch, the host of the No Fluff podcast. We back again with another episode. I got my brother, my friend Tor, Jeff Trills, the GOAT in the building, man. What's good with it, my boy? Appreciate you sliding.
Little arm. Good. What's happening, bro? We're going to blap on the other side, bro. There we go.
You crazy, bro. What's up with it, man? Appreciate you coming through.
Man, I'm super excited to be here, man. Thank you for having me, brother. So, glad to be here. Thank you for blessing my podcast, first of all.
Word, yeah. So you got a podcast called Go Hard or Go Homeless.
Yes, sir, because if you don't go hard, you ain't got a home to go to.
Explain that, man. Where you come up with that?
So, I was homeless back in the day, right? My mom kicked me out because she smoked cigarettes. I was like, nah, B, I don't like smoking. You endangering me and the other kids. She said, oh, you don't like it? Get out. But she was serious. And so she kicked me out. Well, this is how she kicked me out. She left. I left to go to school. When I came back, the locks was changed. Ooh. So she became the official locksmith to me.
Damn.
Word. So.
Yo, that happened with me when my last girlfriend broke up with me.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it was pandemic, and I was just like, she told me to go quarantine by myself. And I was like, oh, damn, for real? I didn't think she was breaking up with me. I just thought she wanted me to go home. So I was like, all right, bet. Because we ain't talking a couple of days because, you know, she just did some BS. And I chose to just watch anime and shit. I was like, fuck it, I ain't gonna talk to her. It was a whole day, you know. I'm petty like that. So, long story short, I'm leaving. I go grab my stuff when she told me to go quarantine by myself. And I'm going to grab my stuff that I've been had over there for a mad long time. And I end up, I'm going out to the car. And then I come back to go get my key. And the locks was changed. Like it's like a little pin pad code. It's the code change, so I can't get in there. So I'm texting her. I'm like, yo, what's poppin'? What? I'm trying to get in. She talking about, for what? I was like, oh, she breaking up with me. But it was all good. It was like, she a good girl, but, you know, I was already cool with leaving. So once I seen that, she hid the keys for me for a little while because they were just on the counter before I left. So I had to go play the game with her to get the keys back. Then I got the keys back. She followed me on the road and shit. She got in the car behind me and followed me onto the highway. And then, you know, the next day she was like, oh, I just panicked. I saw you grabbing your stuff. I said, nah, just stick with your first mind. We good. And then I just slid. But, you know, that was my locksmith.
Well, there you go. So it was crazy because, and shout out to my mom, because if it wasn't for her doing that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Because people are like, don't talk bad about your mother. I'm like, nah, I'm telling you my story, right? So long story short, she like, you pay rent here? And I'm 16, 17. I'm like, pay rent? I ain't got a job yet. But that was her way of teaching me, right? If you want to talk tough, then you're going to be out there learning tough, right?
Ooh.
So I went out. First time I went out, whatever, I went to my pop's house. Second time she kicked me out, I went to an armory in Brooklyn. Shout out to all the armory in Brooklyn. If you're from Brooklyn, you know that armory on the corner. So in there, it's like jail. I ain't never been to jail. But at that time, I ain't never been to jail, right? But it was lock a bed, lock a bed, lock a bed. And so I'm like, all right, so I'm in this thing, and I'm sleeping. It's every open space. You got a locker and a bed next to you. So I'm gonna have a lock in my hand just in case somebody gonna pop off. And so one time I went down to the mess hall. I call it the mess hall because I feel like a jail in it, right? And I'm like, they're like, yo, you want your food? I'm like, nah, you can have this shit. I don't want to be here, right? People comfortable in the armory, and I was like, I want to be here. And so I went to the armory because remember she kicked me out with no clothes on my. The clothes on my back was the clothes I had, right? I couldn't get none of that. She said, you got rent to pay for that? Nah. Okay, when you got rent, come back and see me.
Damn.
Right. Real life. So I went to the little the place you had to get a voucher to get clothing. So I didn't know nothing about the system. So I'm going in the office. I'm like, hey, do I get clothes in here? She's like, go outside, wait your turn. I'm like, what the? I'm trying to ask a question. Go outside, wait your turn. Oh, that had me 38 hot. So I left the armory and I asked people. I was asking for money. I asked for $5. And at the time, the bootleg spots you can buy CDs for $1 a piece. So I got my $5. I went down to the bootleg spot. I bought 5 CDs, sold them on the train for $5 a piece, $25. Went back, did it again, and that's how I came up. I said, I'm never, ever going homeless again. Now, homeless is without a home, right? So it was just something that I needed to do. But from that point on, I said, yeah, I would never put myself in a situation where somebody going to kick me out and I have nothing to show for it. So that's what the go hard or go homeless is, because people say, oh, go hard or go home. That's cap. Keep not going hard. You ain't going to have a home to go to. Right?
Powerful.
So it's go hard or go homeless. And that's where that came from. So
dope. And I was actually able to come to be the first guest on that podcast. And
you blazed that joint.
I appreciate it. Fire.
Matter of fact, that was after that podcast ended, I said, I'm getting in the car game. Right? I said, I'm getting in. Yo, bro, I need to get your course. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I came in the game and he taught me something, because at the end of the day, that's what we're talking about now.
Right.
I've seen other people mentorships, right? Mm-hmm. But you the only one that said, stop going from Z to A. Da-da-da-da-da, right? You want to go to Lambo, you ain't got money for a Lambo. I said, damn, I ain't got money for a Lambo. You right. He said, I drove Uber. Start with the economy car, then work your way up, blah, 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 right? And that stuck with me. I said, Now, in the beginning, it was not sexy to me to do economy. I was like, economy, I want to get the Lambo. I want to get, like everybody think.
You sure did.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, but I ain't had Lambo money. Right? And I said, economy, But then I realized I'm an Uber driver. So I said, I know us. Mm-hmm. I know how we operate. Mm-hmm. And that's when I went economy. And I got my first car. Yo, it's crazy. I got my first car to buy here, pay here, because my credit wasn't good either, right? Mm-hmm. But I knew I had to get it done.
Right.
So I got my first car to buy here, pay here, and I called Mitch. I said, yo, Mitch, I got my first car. He was like, yo, you want me to help you with that? I said, hell yeah. But then he got hella busy, right? So I'm like, shit. But this is a powerful lesson that what you gonna do? Are you gonna sink or swim? I'm so grateful I'm so grateful that you said, yo, you want me to help you move that? Because it got me excited. Mm-hmm. And I was motivated to get it done. But then I'm so happy that you didn't pick up the phone because you was busy, because it made me get to it. Mm-hmm. Right? And I got the first renter right before I went to Dubai. It was 2 days before I went to Dubai. I listed on Facebook Marketplace. Some dude was in my inbox, pulled up to him like 11 o'clock at nighttime and got everything onboarded. And then went to Dubai. And he had my car for like 6-7 months. Crazy. 400 a week.
I teach that, man, and people will continue to go over people's head, but we got to just continue to do the work and execute. But people literally don't understand the importance of that economy play, because people need those cars, and you solving the problem with that, doing it to the Uber and Lyft drivers, because they need cars to drive in. And do you know why it's better to get it from you than to get it from Hertz or from Enterprise? You know why? Through Uber and Lyft, through their program that they use Hertz and stuff? Do you know why it's better?
Nah, enlighten me.
Let me tell you. So the reason why it's better is because when they go through Uber or Lyft, they got a excess mileage limitation.
Yeah.
Right? So they only can have 300 excess miles off of when they're not driving Uber or Lyft. Now, your cars, you can have unlimited miles. That's perk number one. Why would I go to Jeff Trills? Because I got unlimited miles, right? So I don't got to worry about you only using it for work strictly. I can use it for work and play. You get what I'm saying? So that's going to always lead you over them 9 times out of 10. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? So you're gonna be able to do it that way, and then be able to solve a problem with their income, because now they're using those cars to make money. Amazon Prime Now, Instacart, Uber, Lyft, they can do whatever they want, and they can't drive for Uber and Lyft if they got a Uber car. Yep. They can't drive for Uber and Lyft if they got a Lyft car. Feel me?
See, he know the game.
No, I'm just saying.
And he been tapped into my podcast. So now I'm joking, jokingly, for real. And that's my selling pitch, because I know Uber and Lyft drivers, mm-hmm. right? I already know. Matter of fact, worse than that, you get a Hertz car, and if they want to do an oil change, you don't go back and just do a regular oil change. They take the car from you to do the oil change. Mm-hmm. So you can't say, okay, I'll come with my oil change, and they're gonna get me in and get me out. They're gonna say, oh no, we need you to return the car and try to get another one. What you mean? I need the car to drive. What are you talking about?
Right.
Ask me how I know. Because that's how they got me out of one of their cars.
Right.
I went through all of the Uber and Lyft programs that they have for car sharing. Let me tell you, the first one was real saucy. Mm-hmm. They were unlimited miles, $250 was the fee. But if you do 50 rides for that week, they waive the $250 fee. You're only paying $16 in taxes every week. Mm-hmm. Sweet program, right?
Right.
People say, I don't need to drive for Uber. I'm going to pay $250 a week. But then guess what? If you don't drive for Uber and Lyft with that program, Uber and Lyft don't make no money. Mm-hmm. So what they going to do? Exit the program.
Facts.
Right? Now it's okay. We got the leasing program where we're going to send you into Toyota and get you a nice Camry on us. I was in that program. Had a nice little white joint. Right? Guess what? They canceled that program because people would take the car, go out of town, not making the Uber no money. So now what you said right now is, well, we're going to cap the miles on you. So just in case you don't want to work for us, we're going to make it up in miles. Mm-hmm. So with all the different challenges now, people are like, yo, I can't do that. I paid $1,000 in Lyft fees because I went over the miles. I need to work personal miles too. So you're 100% correct. And I interview my drivers. So if y'all go on my timeline, you'll see my driver tells you why they chose me. Mm. See, right. I want to educate people on why you want to rent with us. Mm-hmm. Rent with us, rent with the best, forget the rest. That's the motto. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
That's so dope. I like seeing the growth because I remember when you first started, man, and you was ready to rock. You was real motivated, and you started educating yourself on it, and then you went out there and executed. So the difference between you and a lot of people that's in your position is they get the information, but they don't execute on it. And you made your own lane with it, and you making a platform to where, like you just said, you interviewing your drivers, and you figuring out like, let me show you the benefits to doing this way, and the reason why anybody can do it too. I mean, it's not just Jeff that can do that. You can run the economy car play. Clearly, you got to get educated on it. Figure out, and you have a course on this.
Yeah. So crazy. The course came from people asking me how I'm doing what I'm doing. You see, when you do what you do and you're great at what you do, people ask you, what do you do, right? And so before I talk about that, I want to tap in. The value I give my drivers is I also educate you on how to maximize your earnings on the platform. Because my goal is to make sure you make more money in less time. How do I do that? I show you how to master the quest. I show you how to master the promotions, right? And do it in a shorter time. Not chasing surges. Anybody who's a driver understands that. You don't chase surge, you land in surges, right? And so when you put that added value to the rental, where they going, right? So at the end of the day, it's all about providing massive value to where they feel like what they're paying for is minimum to what they're receiving. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a rental company.
Bro. Spice. Okay, so before you got into the rental car game, became this guru now that you are, what did you do?
Man, I was a serial entrepreneur.
Okay.
I mean, an MLMer junkie, right? Which is multi-level marketing, right?
Got it.
Multi-level marketing. Since the age of 18, I've been in that game. And of course, in that game, you are dragging people to a finish race they don't even know exists.
Into a what kind of race?
To a finish race they don't know exists. Like, I'm trying to get you to the finish line, but you'll know that you keep telling me, oh, I don't like to talk to people. I like to call my friends and family. And the truth matter is, that's the truth, because people that make money, I made money with, were not my friends and family. So in that industry, you're telling them to talk to your friends and family, and they don't believe none of you saying. Now you go in the NFL club, the No Friends Left club, right? And you like, well, bump it, I'm going to just go get it on my own. And so I started to build a team of people who don't know me, right? And then I was successful. But what happened was the company that I was with, they said, this is your company, right? They always say this is your company, it's not my company. But they terminated one of my leaders because she was marketing another company on the side, right? And I'm like, whoa, talk to me. Let me talk to her. This is the rules we got to make, da-da-da-da-da. So because they terminated her, it killed the majority of my business because she was one of my power legs in the network marketing terms.
Got you.
So when that happened, my business started to just drop, and I had to rebuild that, and they wasn't helping me rebuild it. So I said, you know what? Let me seek out something else. So that's when I tapped into the world that we in. I tapped into Him 500, this whole credit game, right? And then it opened up a whole new world to me, where I'm not worrying about a $200 entry. You begging somebody to get started for $200 or $500, and they tell me, oh, I ain't got that right now. But now my mentees, $300,000 a pop, they're like, yo, when's the next one? Right? It's like, wait a minute, what was I fighting for?
Right.
For something that wasn't even mine.
Now you got something that's yours. That's
and I get to empower people to do the same thing bigger and better than me.
No better job.
No better job.
No better job. So now you getting a lot of impact now. You got students, you got mentees. Let's talk about that. Like, how does it feel to be able to be a person who people look up to?
Yo, I ain't gonna cap. In the network marketing industry, they look up to me. But this is a different type of look up, right? The people that look up to me, they're actually able to do the task, meaning they got the finances to do so, right? It's another thing. So when they get in the mentorship, they get to move, and I get to see the results. The impact don't happen when you buy the mentorship. The impact happens for me when you complete the task. You got your cars. They run out to Uber and Lyft drivers. That's the impact for me, because you can buy a course, get in there and do nothing. It's the same thing you did before you bought it. You're in the same place.
Right.
So the impact for me happens when they take it and they go and get their car. They go get their trackers. They get their cars in an Uber and Lyft driver. And that person's life is now changed because they provided a car for that person to get around and make money with. That's when they become a rideshare dominator. And that's when the impact for me starts.
That's dope. I mean, but how does it feel?
Yo, it feels amazing. It feels amazing because I know I'm impacting somebody's family who's impacting somebody else's family. So they're always going to have my name in their mouth. Ooh, legacy.
Spicy.
Right?
That's different. I mean, a lot of us don't understand why we do it for, and we got to figure out, what our purpose is. And we go out and we do all these different things to figure out what that purpose is. And then when you find it, it feels so much better. Like me being in the space that I'm in now, I feel better than I ever felt because I wake up every day with a purpose, right? And I know people look up to me, people like are inspired by what I do, and they waiting to see what I say next. They're like waiting to see what I do next. And they like, some people don't, like, if I don't move, a lot of people won't move. And that can be like a gift and a curse. Because I want them to be able to move on their own, but at the end of the day, some of us we got to be able to put that red cape on sometime and be able to be a mirror to people. We got to be that mirror, if that makes sense. So
you know what's so crazy about that? And I think it's so impactful. The feeling I get is to think about this. You asked me how did I get to where I'm at. The transition happened when I went into Him 500 program. You see, I just mentioned his name. So think about it. As at the higher level of success I get, I can never not move without mentioning his name, your name, because they're gonna ask me the game, right? So the goal is to live for my name to live on long after I'm gone. You think what I'm saying? Because the more success they get from what I did today for them, they can never not mention my name.
But what if they did? Would you feel away?
I wouldn't feel away.
I got a guy who I used to talk to. He really feels a way about helping people, and then they don't reciprocate it by doing something for him in return. You know what I'm saying?
But
do you do it for a return?
I don't do it for that. I'm just saying that's the byproduct.
No, not even to mention your name. So this is what I'm gonna give you a scenario. So let's just say that you help somebody change their life. Let's just say you gave them free game. They didn't even charge you. I mean, you didn't even charge them. You said, look, if you do this with your business, it'll go times 10. If you do this thing here, you'll be able to start making more money in your business. And then you see that person use those tips and go make a lot of money. Now you go to that person's business and you say you want to get a car from him. And do you think that because you gave him game, he should give it to you for free?
Heck no. Here's why. Because my mind shift is different. If I empower you and I invest in your business and you grow and it becomes something you want to put on, I think big. If it becomes something where you want to go public, I get to own the stock now before it goes. Right? Because I empowered your business. I fed your business, especially in the industry that I'm in. I'd rather feed your business because if I'm doing the same thing to you, somebody's gonna do it for me.
Absolutely,
not through
I
them.
agree with that.
Not with them.
Yeah,
I don't care about what you did. I'm grateful that you did because you just proved what I do is real.
Right. So that's how they paid you with their impact. They paid you by being successful. They paid you with knowing your knowledge is legitimate. That's the way I look at it. But also I think about like why I do what I do. Like, am I doing it? It's like anything you do. Like if I'm a supportive person, should I stop being supportive because people don't support me?
Nah.
I don't think so. I think we should still be supportive. If you got something going on, I'm gonna go show love to it. And if you don't come show love to my shit, this is what it is.
Yo, it's so funny you say that because people stop their greatness because someone don't recognize their greatness.
It's real.
That's retarded. It's like,
real.
I'm not being nice to no more people because every time I'm nice to somebody, they do me wrong. So you gonna stop what you love to do?
That's why
you gonna stop being nice? That's what you love to do?
Yeah, that's why we got to find out why we do what we do. That's why it's so important because a lot of people don't know why they do what they do. It's like, oh yeah, I wanna help people start their businesses. Okay, that's what you want to do. Why? Because I'm gonna feel better afterwards, or that's what I like to do. It's something I personally enjoy. It's a passion of mine. But some people do it for repercussion, like for them to do the same thing in return. So if you do it that way, then everything you're doing is in vain because you're going to have expectations put on top of that. So we got to start understanding everything that we do is a cause and effect and the energy is transferred, but we got to understand why. Because once you understand why, you'll feel better about everything. And why I say that is it's going to go into another topic like, do you think ignorance is bliss?
Nah, hell no.
You don't think so?
Ignorance is not bliss, sir.
All right, so let me tell you why I think ignorance is bliss. Because let's say if me and you work in the same job, right? Same exact position, but you happy, you like the job, you loving it. You go to lunch, you happy, you talk to all your friends there, your coworkers, you having a great time. Telling your wife at home, oh yeah, man, I love the day at work. I was talking to Fred, everything was great. And then the next day you go into work and then you have a conversation with me and you who got the same job, and I tell you I make $20 more an hour than you make. You still gonna be happy at that job?
I'm not. No, I'm gonna ask him why he make more. So I'm not gonna be happy.
You gonna ask him why he make more? He's not the employee. He's the employee.
I'm a different type of animal.
All right, go ahead.
Right?
I want to hear.
I'm gonna ask you. So you make $20 more than me? Okay, why? Why you make $20 more than me?
And I'm like, I don't know. I just filled out the application. I put what I wanted to make, and then I got it.
And that's real.
And that's real. And then now the question goes back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still be happy at that job like you was prior to you, under knowing that dude made $20 more than you, doing the same exact job to you? Matter of fact, you put in more hours.
If I love that job, I'm not worrying about what he makes. It's like Uber. I'm not worried about what anybody makes, right? But I'm gonna tell you like this: I would go into my employer and ask him, "How can I increase?"
You would get fired.
Then that's my blessing. That's my
Now,
blessing.
That's an interesting standpoint. But I think the reason why you're gonna move and change what you was doing is because you no longer were happy with your job now. So that's why you had to go talk to the employer.
Remember,
because everything was good prior to you knowing this information.
Mm-hmm.
So now, because you know this new information that you weren't privy to before, you now are feeling a certain way that can't be happy because you got to go talk to the employer and say, yo, why you ain't paying me $20 more? You got my boy making this. So the ignorance is bliss in that, because a lot of times, and I'm going to use a bigger analogy, because we do this with other people in life. Social media, outside, you see Jay-Z, Beyonce, we look up, instead of us being happy where we are, enjoying our journey and being peaceful at where we are, we comparing ourselves to people who are not us, because we're not ignorant to what they're doing. So you go on social media, see people in Dubai and all these different places, and you're like, damn, I need to be in Dubai, but you working a regular job, you ain't better move. So now the ignorance would be bliss, because had you not seen it and all your world was just this, you would be content and happy.
And that's so. Okay, to that point, that's true. But then we would never grow. So I like that pattern interrupt, right? Because if I was blissed, I would live in that lane all day long and miss out on what's outside of this bubble.
Right.
Right. So what I'm saying is not bliss to me, because it helps me grow. Like
right.
But I feel you. I get what you saying.
This is an agreement.
Yeah.
I got you. So now, let's talk about a time before where you felt like you couldn't grow. You felt like you were stagnant, and then what you did in order to grow. Like, what happened to you in your life? Other than the story you just told. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to ask that, because you just told me. That was a good example of when you was comfortable and then you had to work out of it. So let me make me some money. Make me some money this year. How can you tell me a way to make, or just think of me as the consumer, the camera, the people. How can you make us some money?
With my rental game?
Point blank, period. Whatever way you can make us some money at all in 2022.
Simple. You ain't got the money, ain't got $1 in your hand. Ask anybody who's got somebody overseas that's deployed and has a car sitting in their house that's not being utilized. Ask them if you could take that car and make some money with it. As you get the person that says yes to it, all you do is find somebody who actually rent cars out, like myself, and say I have a vehicle that I need rented out. When they give me the vehicle, we go ahead and rent that bad boy. You split it 50-50 down the middle, after expenses, and now you're making a bag off of one of your cars that you don't even own. But now you control it.
Whew. Cash flowing asset right there. Okay. So Jeff, tell me some game. If you had to give yourself some game at a young age, before all of this, before you became an entrepreneur, what game would you give yourself?
A game I would get myself. Jeff, life is like a heartbeat. It has consistent ups and downs. That's where life happens. So understand that if the heartbeat has consistent ups and downs, some high, some low, some high, some low, that's living. The moment there's no more ups and downs in your life, you are dead. So enjoy every up and enjoy every down, because that's what's going to make you live life to the fullest. Live full, die empty. Wow. Be great.
Bro, are you like a poet? Because that was absolutely amazing.
Nah, it's my life. I realized that. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's dope. I mean, while you were saying it, I was thinking about the imagery of like a heartbeat on like a,
Yeah.
What's the scanner thing called?
I don't know.
Heart
okay,
monitor.
good.
I'm just thinking about it going up and down and then stopping flatline, because if it doesn't go up and down, you are dead. Wow, my boy.
People
listen to a lot of Wale.
Nah, I actually don't listen to Wale. But nah, because here's the truth of the matter. People complain about the problems. But if there's no bad, you wouldn't even know what good looks like.
Exactly. That's what Denzel said. He's like, basically, in hindsight, he said, ease is a bigger threat to progress than turmoil or hardship, right? Ease is a bigger threat, because if everything was easy, nobody would ever try to advance it. Everybody would stay where they are and stay content. And that's to your point, where ignorance is not
full
bliss.
circle, baby.
Damn, we be educating niggas. This shit crazy. But either way, so nah, bro, I'm liking this shirt. What's that called? Daishiki right there?
Yeah, so it's a cool thing. I'm from Ghana.
Okay, you from Ghana?
I'm from the Ashanti tribe. I'm actually part of the royal family. I didn't know that, right? So in 2007, I'm like, Daddy, I'm going back to Ghana. He said, what? I said, I'm going to Ghana. He said, Kofi, come to the house. So I live at the house. And he sat me down. He said, you're royal. I said, what the hell does that mean? Because I'm not royal here in America. Okay. He said, we are royal from the royal family. So when you go there and you meet the Queen Mother, that's your aunt, and you gotta agree her a certain way. So he's weird. So he like always wear clean clothes and clean drawers and clean socks, because if you go to the hospital, they won't touch you. That's his way of saying, no, be clean. You know what I'm saying? Africans are very stern.
Right.
So I go back to Ghana, right? That's why I say it's like a coming to America thing for me, right? So long story short, go to Ghana. My uncle's there. He's like a big time military dude, and everybody's trying to like reach me, and he's like, move, and we get in the car and we go meet the Queen Mother, and I'm doing this, greeting her and greeting the elders before I greet her, and then we go in the house. She's like, so what you want to eat, right? So she's like this big. We own the gold. So if you know Ashanti, it's a big old. Anyway, it's a big old story about it, the golden stool and all that stuff. That's my great aunt. She did all that stuff. So I got this custom made in Ghana. So I just pick up the material and they measure me. And so Ghanaians are wizards with the tailoring. So you know what I'm saying? I just pick up the garment, the material, and they made it for me.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah,
That's dope. So do you own any land in Ghana?
We own land. We own plots. So I don't own
The whole family?
the whole family.
But you
I
personally?
don't, but I'm going to. So I'm going to build a water company there. It's called Champion Waters. So.
You know, there's a opportunity as far as the medical field in Ghana, right? Because they're kind of behind when it comes to medical, right? You ever look into that?
My boy actually built a hospital.
He just built a hospital? That's fire. Now, me in particular, I was thinking about becoming a Ghanaian citizen and going over there, getting land and doing things of that nature. So, you know, I always ask people questions like that because, you know, it's an opportunity for us to all kind of put it together and make it make sense out here. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing about Ghana when I went back home, right? And the reason why I'm building a water company out there, because no one drinks from the faucet. You understand me? Everybody drinks bottled water, right? And I'm thinking like, yo, everybody drinks water. Everybody, right? So I said, But also the side streets or the streets are messed up, right? So it's like the government's supposed to pave the way, but they don't pave it. They take the money, they harbor it. So I said, if everybody drinks water, but the government doesn't pave the streets, and you got a nice mansion next to another house, but the road that is on is jacked up. I'm thinking like, why everybody on this block don't just pay to get this road fixed? They got the money, but they want the government to do it because that's what the government says. So I said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build Ghana. Every purchase of water you buy goes to build Ghana. And we do it in a way that we want to see it built. So Ghanaians going to say, okay, I want hospitals, I want land, I want hospitals, I want restaurants, in the order of what the majority of people want to get built, we'll build it in that order, right? And so a piece of the proceeds goes to build Ghana.
That's dope.
So we ain't got to wait for the government. We can do it ourselves by the purchase of water.
That's dope. I want to be involved in that.
Let's do it.
If I can be.
Yeah,
if
for
I'm
sure.
allowed to.
Yeah.
I think that'll be dope. What about you, Ike?
I'm going to Africa. What are you talking about?
He going to Nigeria.
You know Nigeria.
He going to
I'm going
Nigeria.
to Africa.
Yeah. It's big out there because the Lebanese, they're coming to Ghana and they building malls and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The Chinese, they out there, so why not we?
Yeah, for sure. We gotta. Yeah, I think a lot of us though. That's the reason why I even said it to Ike is because all of us really are the ones who really can do what we have to do and make it happen. And you know, I mean, I ain't that rich, but I can make.
But
it
you don't need a lot. You
right,
we got
yeah,
cab
Africa
drivers that
infrastructure.
got mansions.
Yeah, no, it's different. I've been to Africa, so it's super dope.
You been in Ghana?
Yeah, for sure. And that's the reason why I'm even thinking about being a Ghanaian citizen. And they want us to be out there.
Yeah.
So you know, that's the way.
I got you.
When
we come out there, you ain't got to do nothing. It's crazy when you ain't got to touch your own bags. Like I never touched my own bag from the airport to the house. We went to the restaurant. Never touched my own bag from the restaurant to my house to the table.
Right.
I felt weird about that, and I was like, yo, we got maids in the house, right? And I'm like, yo, Americans feel weird about us having maids in the house, right? And I asked the maid lady, I said, you like what you're doing? She said, yes. She broke it down so crazy. She said, all I do is cook and clean up after you guys. But guess what? If she's cleaning up after us every day, there's nothing to clean.
That's facts.
You understand me? So her job is super easy. She'll dust our shoes off, yeah? When we leave and everybody doing their business outside, she cleans up whatever, and she's chilling for the rest of the day.
Right.
Until you come home and eat. So her job is way less She doesn't do nothing and
Right.
gets paid to do nothing.
Right.
So it made sense.
Nah, yeah. I mean, it's all how you look at it. That's everything.
Perspective.
It's perspective for sure. So, all right, man. Now you doing these crazy things. You got these students. You got these mentees. You got these dashikis on. You real swaggy with the dreads.
Yeah.
How is it with the ladies, man? You single? Are you married? What's up?
It's No Fluff Podcast, huh?
You single? You married? What's going on,
I'm
bro?
dating.
You're dating?
Yeah.
So
What that means is I'm dating. So what? All right. So yeah. I'm a Gemini. So we charmers. Right?
okay.
So we charmers. I love women in the sense of understanding them, right? Not just sexually going in and doing crazy stuff, right? So I'm dating one person right now.
You're dating one person?
Yeah.
Not official though.
Nah, we ain't say we official.
I was just saying, how is it with the ladies though? Or do they see the swag? They see
Yeah,
the,
it's
the big
definitely-
watches. They see the dashikis and the
When
and
the kids point out the
and
watch, it's
patent leathers.
hilarious.
Huh?
The kid like, oh, his watch is nice. Like it is, ain't it? Right? It's crazy. Kids be going in on the watch.
They're
So
doing big.
it is.
Well,
Why
how many millimeters is that?
I don't know what the fuck, but it's a deep diver.
It's bigger than mine. My shit
I can actually go.
41.
Yeah, no, I can actually go. And I went to the diamond tester, like hit my shit. Dee. I said, damn right, because I was gonna go back if it didn't. Right?
Oh, what kind of watch is it?
It's an Invicta Presidential,
Oh, that's on husky,
Yeah.
man. Like you can really get into a rumble.
and I can
then
deep
handle
dive
your
with this
business.
joint.
Word, so it's waterproof.
No, I can deep dive. It's not even proof. It's not even proof. Because waterproof meaning if water get on it, it won't mess up as fast. Like
So
this,
what's the terminology for
I
that?
don't know. I was on the back of this thing. I don't know what to say.
Oh, that's dope.
But it's like
All right,
reserve.
cool. So I see how you
whatever.
got out of that topic, but we're gonna go right back.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
Damn. Nah, but so it's funny how it happens though, because they're like, can you? Or when you have a car fleet,
All
they're
right, let
like,
me help you out with this. Let me help
Yeah.
you get media trained.
please.
All right. How is it with the ladies? Okay. I like to talk to women. Women think I'm attractive. Is it anything different going on now since you have been getting a little bit more popular? Your dress getting twisted a little bit more nicer. You shiny your shoes a little bit more swaggy.
Yeah.
Is it hard to fight off the ladies, my boy?
It's not hard to fight them off. It just, I don't know how to tell you.
Damn.
I don't know how to tell you.
Yo, all right, so look, this is what it is, man. Jeff, I appreciate you coming on the show. My boy, you went crazy. Come on, dog. Hey, I like seeing the growth because I remember when you
Appreciate
first
it.
started, man, you was asking questions. Now you got solutions.
I definitely
That's
have
a
the
powerful
questions.
thing, bro. So I know you said you got a course. You better give them a discount because you're on No Fluff, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give them a does count.
A discount?
Everything they buy does count.
This boy got BARs. Okay.
But
cool.
I got you. I got to give Mitch the
All right,
Mitch
so,
discount.
I mean, what's the discount? Because we got to tell them why we on here.
So the discount, 30% off.
30% off?
I got
You
you.
can give them No Fluff promo code.
Say that's a done
Say
deal.
lesser. So that's what we want. We want y'all to be able to get in this economy car space and go mess with my boy Go Hard or Go Homeless and make sure he got that Rent My Ride Share course for y'all. You already know what time it is, man. This your boy Pushmanmitch hosting No Fluff Podcast. We back at it again next week. You know what it is. Hurt.
All these whips, I feel like Mitch.